Okay, we're live.
Hi, Shabbos. I'm kidding. It's not Shabbos yet. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
worry.
getting
We're
there.
getting there.
Always
We're getting
getting there.
there. All right. Today is Tuesday again.
Tuesday.
Episode 26. Yud K Vav K.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Special episode.
So we're gonna try to make it in 16 minutes.
26
minutes.
You dropped the yud. You were
Yeah.
just doing
I lost two A's. I lost two A's.
The haze, the yud. Okay. So
Um,
we're starting with Peter
Reish Mem Gimel.
243.
Yes. Da. No. I mean, not no like this. No like
No,
knowledge.
like canoe.
Kno, yeah, kno.
Kno.
Kno. דע שיש צדיק גדול מאוד, you should know, there is a big צדיק, שאין העולם יכול לסבול קדושתו, that the world cannot tolerate his holiness. על כן הוא מתעלם מאוד.
That's big.
This why is very, 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 very hidden. He's בהסתורת. This is the למדבב צדיקים probably are all hidden because the world cannot handle.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Well,
in other words, just the question is, I mean, of course, he's giving the answer without giving the question.
Yeah.
But the question is just already is if the hidden tzaddikim, if they're so big, why are they hidden?
Why they hidden? Yeah.
So
but the world
so holy that they can't handle his holiness.
ריבוי אור, ריבוי
Yeah,
האור.
the intensity of the light is too much too hot to handle now.
And on more than that, ואין רואים ממנו שום קדושה או פשוט יתרה. When you meet him, you don't see any special activities or anything. He seems to you like, who is that fellow with a
Just
white
a
beard?
simple guy.
זה מחמת גודל קדושתו מאוד. And the reason that you are not seeing all of that is because he is very, very holy and very, very, very צדיק. וזה בחינת כל השירים קודש. ושיר השירים קודש קודשים. And this is on the concept and level of all the songs, like Tehillim, they are very, very holy. But the song of songs.
Song of songs, yeah.
Psalms of songs?
Song.
I
Just
know.
song of songs.
How do you say it in the...
Song of songs.
Yeah, but in the Eminem style.
Oh.
The Psalms of songs.
Song of songs.
And the Song of Songs is very, very, it's the holy of holiness. Kodesh Kodeshim, right?
Yeah, holy of holies.
נמצא, שיר השירים הוא קדוש מאוד. So you found that is very, very holy, the Song of all songs. יותר הרבה מכל הספרים, more than all the other books. והנה מצינו ששלמה המלך עליו השלום חיבר 3 ספרים, and we found that שלמה המלך, he actually put together 3 books, right? משלי, קהלת ושיר השירים. You found that you have Mishlei and...
Sorry, people, I have no idea how to say this in English.
Yeah.
One of them is Exgalexcacies or something like this. It's like, it's basically, they got some guy in Harvard to try to come up with the most complex word he could find.
Mishlei, how do you say...
And Exgalexcacies.
How do you say a mashal in English?
An allegory.
So,
it's like
the allegory book.
An allegory book, yeah.
The allegory book. And Kohelet, what is the meaning of Kohelet?
Kohelet is like, this so says
Akel.
Kohelet, but yeah. Lahakel, the
Akel.
gathering.
The gathering book.
In the gathering.
And the Song of Songs, right?
Yeah,
you know what? It's probably even bringing it more to the point. Mishlei, Kohelet, it's much more complex, and Shir HaShirim is just songs. It's simple.
At first glance, it's a love song.
ובאמת,
It's a love song, yeah.
משלי וקהלת הם כולם מלאים מוסר ויראת שמיים מאוד. And the truth is, the Mishle and Koheles, they are a lot of mussar there and a lot of
like giving you
yirat
very
shamayim.
practical lessons in serving God and what's it called?
And how to get
100%.
strong and, like, Yiddishkeit, אבל בשיר השירים אינו נמצא תיבות קדושה וטהרה כלל. He doesn't even talk about any holy stuff. It's like, בasi לדוידי,
Yeah, I came to my
Dadai, he's talking about...
her eyes are like,
Yeah.
white like doves. It's a love song to a woman. That's what it reads as.
פוק עין ותשכח, שבכל ספר שיר השירים אין נמצא שם בכל ספר שום תיבת קודש וטהור. And you don't see any, שיר השירים, אשר לשלמה.
No God's name, there's no what's it called?
There's no any deep meaning of becoming, but it's all hidden. Why? And why is that? וזה מחמת גודל עוצם קדושתו. And this is because of the greatness and the holiness of it. אינם רואים שם שום קדושה, על כן אינו נמצא שם שום תיבות קדושה וטהרה כלל. Because of the depthness of the holiness, so you can't even put any, if you put it in the holy
too
way, if
high,
you actually
right.
put it in the holy way, you won't be able to handle it.
So the other ones, it's telling you about godly service, and this and that, but it's information that's accessible. That's
Right.
It's how do you call it? Be'erech, like relative to us. It's
Be'erech,
some kind of
לערך, not בערך, לערך.
le'erech.
בערך is about. And
Oh,
not proximity.
approximately. Right.
Approximately is לערך.
Right. It has an erech. It has a relationship.
Proximity.
Yeah. Oh, fancy.
You just said that.
Right. Whereas like they say in sign language, that's shiashim. It's so high, it has to be put into. You can't just give its revelation. The revelation has to be hidden within.
All right, so let's do another Torah. Reish Mem Dalet, the next paragraph.
Before we do that, let's just
Take it apart.
or just practically speaking, meaning everything Rabbi Nachman put in here it's not just a beautiful piece of information. He's giving us something to chew on, something that I guess the most simple lesson is don't first of all don't judge a book by its cover, like they say. When you meet when you meet another Jew, for example,
For example, like me, a farmer, we have chickens.
See, or like me, a farmer who doesn't even have chickens.
What are you farming?
Just a farmer. I
don't
even have chickens.
I plant souls.
No, I'm just a farmer. The guy says, I'm an entrepreneur, right? He says, so what business are you in? No, I'm just an entrepreneur. I don't know any businesses. It's just
I'm entrepreneur.
But like it says in Tanya, right? Hatzvi-Bais is Kol Nefesh Yehudi Mi Yedei Ma'alosei Gdolosei. Any Jew that you meet, you should treat him with the utmost love and respect,
Right.
and because who knows what's really the level of this soul.
It's more than who knows. This guy's level of the soul is so high.
No, but that's this guy he's talking about in here.
In any guy that
any
guy you meet. If you go back to our original
meaning it's just a question. It's just a question that's revealed or it's hidden.
But you thinking about good, you're already uplifting him to a better place automatically.
No, but we're saying even more. We're saying a guy you meet, forget what you can uplift him. I mean, don't forget.
He doesn't say it about a guy you meet. He's like, you should know.
But I'm saying a guy you meet.
He's telling you should know that
he might already be such a high person before you even his Bailanta. Before you even thought about him.
No. So he's not talking about a random.
By the way, what tzaddik you can lift up also with you.
He's not saying it about a random guy in the street. He's saying about a tzaddik.
I know I'm working my way backwards into it.
No, but he's talking about a tzaddik.
Yeah.
There is a tzaddik that everybody knows that he's a tzaddik, but he doesn't show precious. He doesn't seem so holy. He's like,
I think he's also talking. The Lamed Vavniks, they didn't even know they're tzaddik.
But he's not talking about the Lamed Vavnik. He's not talking about because he's saying there is a tzaddik.
Yeah.
But he's not saying that he's Nistar. He's not saying he's Nistar. He said his holiness is Nistar.
Fine, but you might not know
how there is like there's those rabbis tzaddikim.
Yeah.
That people disrespect him because he seems so earthly. They're like coming down.
He's not like he doesn't have his eyes rolling back into his head.
But he's known to be a rabbi. He's a tzaddik.
Meaning he's not talking
about
he's a holy Jew that does the mitzvahs.
I think that the main point is that like some of those
like
disrespect those rabbanim.
Like
some people. I don't know.
No, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Like the the Skifka, yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievably holy man, but he's not like.
He's not hidden in any way.
And part of it is maybe the culture that within that Chassidus they bred, or how he is. He's not known, like people don't join become his Chassidim for he's a wonder maker. He's what's it called? He's very very extremely and particular and exact in his doing of mitzvahs. In the way he davens and what's it called, but it's not like with them. There's no noise. There's not a big noise to it.
But he's a big.
He's a holy.
But you sit in his tish. I've been in his tish. You sit in his tish. He's like very. He does all the inyanim. The world can handle is holiness. I'm talking
yeah,
about
maybe they don't know. No, maybe
I'm talking
that's
about
the
there
point.
is Rebbe like there was a Rebbe in Israel. He had a lot of chassidim. You come to his dish, he takes some fruits, throws it to the other side. He makes like
Maybe
he's simple. He's acting simple.
right.
But and
No,
some
but even
people
if
used to
not,
talk about him.
oh, they're saying like, oh, look, he's acting like simple.
Shlomo Karlebach.
Yeah.
Okay, people don't like a lot of people don't like him. I don't know his inside. I don't know the outside, but there are a lot of people who don't like him. He was a guy that he has a lot of followers. He was. Some people will say, "Oh, this holy guy." Some people will be like, "Hey, how you doing?" All right. He was a simple guy. So I think a guy like him. I'm not saying Rabbi Nachman talks about him. I'm just using him as an example.
Right.
But a guy like him that a lot of people see like, what is he? have long hair.
They say over the songs, whatever. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And maybe the only reason he's looking like it and he's acting like it because the world is not ready for his own. I'm not talking about him. I'm just bringing him as an example. I could bring you.
Oh, you just opened up a can of worms.
I know. I'm getting egg today.
No, yes. Yeah. And no, but anyway, this is the thing. It's also when you have, and it doesn't just mean like a Rebbe or something. I think there's also a matter of if you have like I think also, for example, you could have just like, for example, in shul, you meet a guy and he keeps the mitzvahs. So you wouldn't necessarily think like, wow, this guy's so holy. You don't know.
So this is already talking on a different concept of like there is Pshutei Om could be also big tzaddikim. Yes,
No,
there is
tzaddikim.
tzaddikim.
Turns out it's not really a pashut.
He's talking about דע שיש צדיק גדול מאוד, שאין העולם יכול לסבול קדושתו. על כן הוא מתעלם מאוד, this why he's eating.
There's levels of this, because there could be a tzaddik that you don't realize how holy he is. There could also be a guy you don't even realize that tzaddik because he doesn't wear it on the outside.
Bringing an example from Shir HaShirim, right?
Yeah.
Shir HaShirim is a holy book. But when you read it, it seems simple. But it's part of the holy books.
By the way, we promised you that we're going to yell at each other about this. So I just want to make sure that you understand that we've.
Anyway,
see, we're just, this is not the misleading advertising.
Well, do you think it's the first time we're arguing?
No, just making sure people realize.
Should have watched last week. I watched like 3 times. We keep over talking each other, talking over each other.
We have to learn to coordinate the yelling a little better.
I know. We need a what is it called? A mediator.
Yeah, but
like Trump's.
But it has to be known as
turn off the microphone every 3 minutes.
With the mute, right?
3 minutes. What do you have to respond? Why did you respond then more? Anyway, so I think listen. It could be both ways, but I think specifically here he talks about a tzaddik that he's known to be tzaddik, but he's like, but people kind of like, don't see much of him, and he's like, okay, so he's a rabbi, so what? I can also be a rabbi. I go to Lubavitch to 770, and I'm gonna have a smicha after a year, you know.
Yeah.
But big tzaddik, But from the other direction, there is another point that you said that even a tzaddik you can uplift the tzaddik. So what we heard that we talk about with there's no limit.
I think there's a big lesson also in it for our own tzadkanos, so to speak.
Of course.
Meaning, when for example, if you see a need, whatever it is, whether it's in chasadim, whether it's in teaching Torah and whatever it is, you see a need. You don't have to be loud about it. That's not how real kedusha is. Real kedusha doesn't have to be loud. You want real kedusha? You're gonna help somebody. You're gonna what's it called? Don't make a noise about it. Do it quietly. No, nobody has to know all the. Focus on what's the need, and I'm feeling this need. And by the way, sometimes the need feels very base.
I agree with you, and I disagree with you. So let's separate it into 2 groups. If it's chesed ben adam l'chavero, hide it. Absolutely hide it. Now, when it comes to donations to shul or other big stuff, better to hide it. But if by not hiding it, it makes you feel better and makes you do more. And if you're gonna hide it, you're gonna be like whatever. So for sure,
then I think you need to work on that. I think the reason to put to me the real reason to put a big name on the building is if it's gonna influence somebody else.
No, Shem v'zecher. Shem v'zecher be'echel Hashem.
No, fine, okay. That's okay. I'm not. There's no big names going in buildings for me anyway. But
Not yet, not yet.
no. But I'm saying also like for
What?
example,
You come to those shoes and you have a plaque of like, oh, agabaya masur.
yeah, at least fine.
We need to put one. We need to put one for Abaitkin.
No.
No, we need
Why
to put
they put their stuff coming? It's a mitzvah tank for him. Right?
no, we need to put a plaque in shul that he was the number
Sne-
of years he
was-
was working there.
Sneaking at night.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. I'll get something. We need to
so
do
we
Let's
don't
talk to
have
ChatGPT about it.
yeah, ChatGPT. You're right.
All right. So
Yeah. So
today I want to talk about Simcha.
Oh, Simcha. Good.
Huh?
Let's talk about Simcha.
Let's talk about Simcha. The
So
only
that-
way,
that sounds like a song. Let's talk about Simcha. Yeah, a new song.
the only real Simcha, and it's not me saying, I don't remember where it says, but I think maybe it's even a Gemara. En Simcha, ella Simcha shel Kedusha. So the only way,
So what is that? There's no
happiness,
joy,
there's
no
no
happiness,
joy, happiness.
besides for the joy of a mitzvah. That's
The only way to be a real happy is not mitzvah. How do you say mitzvah?
What do you say?
A holy happiness.
Oh, holy
happiness
happiness.
comes from a
Okay.
holy place. It doesn't have to be from a mitzvah. It could be from a holy thought, from a You can see that every gathering of people going for Moishav Leitzim, that they sit and drink and
jokers, yeah,
jokers in a bar, end up with people getting deeply offended and fists come up. Almost everyone.
fisticuffs.
But when you see people coming and sitting in a fabringen, the worst thing they're gonna say to each other is Christian Tuchel, right? That's Somerset. Something I take myself the liberty to say these words because everybody who comes to the Lubavitcher fabringen heard it more than once.
At least once.
From the big mashpim.
No, not just that. In general, you have look at the difference. You go and what's it called, and it's so it's a very funny difference. It's a very fine thing, but you know what it really is? I think it comes down to one is about me and one is about us. You look in a bar, what is it? It's everybody with their macho. Each person's trying to show what a man they are, right? And if I bring in, there's no me. There's only this. It's us. It's
From my experience, happiness comes from immediate joy. What I don't know.
From immediate gratification.
Yeah, like
instant gratification. Yeah.
Like towards like going, drinking, partying, getting a name in the workplace. All of this stuff, for me at least, it fills you with a hunger for more. Hunger, like, oh, what? Okay, it doesn't even fulfill you. It just gives you hunger for like, okay, what's the next step? What's the next thing? And I come back from Sunday Kollel in Lubavitch Center. I come home, I feel calm, I feel relaxed, I feel accomplished. And you know what? It's not even like I did it by myself. I came back. I do a podcast here, middle of the day work. I feel satisfied. Maybe because I like to talk a lot.
Then they. By the way, we're sitting here in the middle of work, and then they're wondering why we don't have a plaque on the building.
Exactly. Hey, no, it's not. Maybe we need to go work.
What?
That's what it's saying.
No,
There is a. I don't remember who. I don't have a problem with my memory. The problem is I forget. So I don't remember who says it, but somebody explains. When you need to go get panosa for the kids, it's Hashem. It's for the Eibishter. You need to go get panosa. You could stop learning and go work.
Well, we have to remember the Torah is also is
Basic.
also we have to.
Yeah. So you
have the both,
this is the question. The question when you come upstairs, right? They didn't ask you, oh, how much did you learn?
Right. Did you set time?
You same time.
Right. So it's a very interesting thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. Oh, how did you learn this? Did you learn? No. Did you set time to learn?
Set
Not
a time, a daily time, like an hour, a half hour, 45 minutes. Don't you keep doing your business because
but it's also how much you learn.
If you don't have bread and you
no, but people get very into that. Like, in other words, they how much did you forget how much you learned? You sat down, you learned. That's the main thing. It's not about it's not a race.
Right.
It's yeah.
מישהו מעורב בין העקום, דהיינו שיש לו עסקים ומשא ומתן עמהם.
Yeah.
צריך לשמור
This is
עצמו
what
מאוד מאוד.
somebody who's mixed in with the goyim. and which means that he has business with them,
he needs to keep himself very, very
dealings
much.
with them. Yeah,
שלא יזיק לו. It didn't damage him.
just to guard himself very much. Yeah,
Yes. כי בקל יוכל להיתפס ברשתם, because very easily he could fall into their ways.
into their
In their net.
the net. Yeah, they can in the trap.
Internet.
In the internet. Yeah. Chas v'shalom.
חס ושלום, לחלוק עצמו ממדרגות יהדותו שיש לו. And חס ושלום, he's going to give them from the malice of his, he's going to fall into his name to give from his Judaism to them.
Yeah, interesting.
לחלוק ממדרגת יהדותו שיש לו. כי לא די לאדם שהוא בעולם הזה השפל, אשר מלאכים אין להם כוח לעמוד בזה העולם, כמו שמצינו שפעם אחת באו מלאכים בזה העולם ונלכדו מאוד. He said in the Zohar and Bereshis.
Right, so what's
The
this?
three
It's
malachim,
not
right?
enough.
I think it's the three malachim. It's
Yeah.
Bereshis.
Yeah, no, it's no, it's Bereshit not.
And they got
It's
cut
Zayar
off. Yeah.
in Bereshit Avon Ches. But yeah.
So,
They got-
so
they
it's
got
not enough for the person that is
stuck.
coming to this world that is so low that malachim themselves don't have the power to withstand this world. As it says in the Zohar that one time
Yeah.
came malachim to this world and they got caught here. אבל באמת ישראל יש להם כוח יותר ממלאכים. But the truth is that even though it's such a low place, Am Yisrael have more power than the malachim itself.
Well, it has to be right because look, he didn't send them to this low world. He sent us to this
Right,
low world
so
because
we
we have the power. They don't have the power.
ולהתגבר על העולם הזה, ולהתגבר על העולם הזה, ולהתדבק בבורא יתברך שמו.
Right.
And to overcome this world and get really, really glued and attached to the Eibishter. אבל להיות גם כן מעורב עם עכו"ם, זה קשה מאוד. But even though of that,
Right, you're in
to
this
be
world
involved,
and you're dealing with physical things. It's already hard, and we have the power to overcome that.
but to be involved
Now,
with the
get
going,
right involved.
this is extremely hard. כן, צריך לשמור עצמו מאוד מאוד להיות כיתד חזק. בא לימות ממדרגת כשרותו ויהדותו. And this is why you need to be strong as a stake who holds the house, you know?
Yeah, like the
Foundation.
stakes. They have to sit in the ground. Yeah,
You need to put a anchor, a strong anchor, to not come down from the malice of his Judaism and kashrus, the kosherness.
Yeah.
Bottom line is,
That's a good theory.
huh?
That's a good theory. Right there.
Bottom line is, eat kosher food and don't eat those little K that the Reform K stars that's giving you a pork with a K from a Reform.
No, but it was the pork that had a bris. It's okay. It's like it's a Jewish thing.
We shechted the pork. No.
No, that's
We want to shecht it. Cow.
Okay.
Have a good day, everybody.
For those who Chaim will be starting soon.